All right, this reading is for Libra, the third Decan. The dates for that is October 14th to the 22nd. These readings, that was fast. These readings are for the collective here. So, there's going to be a lot of different messages coming out because I'm reading for different people. So I'm going to have to analyze the things a little bit differently. So the messages are hitting each person. And sometimes I don't have to. It's just an intuitive thing. So there's going to be a lot of options. It might be a little messy, but just take what resonates and leave the rest. And if there's nothing that comes out, you weren't meant to have a message this month, you probably didn't need one. So check out next month's. I'm doing them at the beginning of each month when I can. So sometimes we just don't need a message. Sometimes we already know what we need to know or what have you. Or we just weren't ready for it. We didn't have our ears together. Give it one more try here. All right, I'm glad I did. All right. So, let me see here. 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have the number 7, the amount of cards here. So what 7 represents is like spirituality is expanding. It's the number of focusing on or prioritizing your spirituality, learning about or incorporating new spiritual practices, or on the road of the seeker. Continue to tap into that deep well of spiritual awareness that exists in all of us. Angels work with people of all faiths and spiritual beliefs. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be textbook. All right, Libra. You got some... you got some wild shit going on here. All right, so... you have the Ten of Wands as your first card. What it usually represents is stress, exhaustion, too many burdens, hard work, and lots of responsibilities. This guy's holding all these wands, you know, and doing the work all himself. So there's a lot of stress going on right now, a lot of hard work. Let's keep going. I'll probably end up coming back to that, okay? Give me a second here. So your next card is a Death card, which is actually really beautiful, okay? It means a beginning of a new cycle. Endings, putting the past behind you. It can also represent metamorphosis, transitions, like changes coming, okay? So perhaps all this hard work that you're doing, this stress, and all these responsibilities, that is your end game here. You're going to be beginning a new cycle. You're working hard to begin a new cycle, to have this change, to have this metamorphosis, okay? So you might be really stressed right now and everything, but you're working hard for that ending, that result. Don't forget that sometimes life's about the journey and not always about the result, because when you worry about the result so much, you get more stressed about it. And then you can't accurately get it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be more fumbled. You're not going to be able to carry these sticks so elegantly. They're going to be falling places to places because you're stressed out about it. Give me one second. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups here. Five of Cups, it represents a feeling of loss. It can represent regret, grief, feeling abandoned or unloved, sorrow, and disappointments. So it's very possible at the moment you are not only stressed have anxiety perhaps, but you are going through a depression right now. And it takes me back to the death card about putting the past behind you. So for some, that's advice. That you need to begin a new cycle. You need to have something new in your life, or this depression and this anxiety and stress that you're feeling is not going to lighten up. You need to change something. For some of you, this pain here is actually taking you to a metamorphosis. This pain is leading you to something within you that needs, I'm going to be dramatic, that needs to die, okay? You can't have rebirth without death. So these things are breaking down within you because something else is arising. Something else is changing in you. And it's going to be a lot better than what it is now. So it's going to be worth it. It just doesn't feel like it right now, okay? Give me 1 second. The Hangman is your next card. And the Hangman, it represents, to me personally, I feel that it represents enlightenment. I mean, think about it. Hangman, he's basically hung upside down, you know? So he's seeing the world in a different perspective. So it represents like new perspectives, reflections, a self-sacrifice, letting things flow and accepting the result. Cease to resist the inevitable, surrender and have faith. So we go back to the number 7, spirituality is expanding. And your guides are basically telling you to keep your faith. There is self-sacrifices that you need to make, which also goes back to the death card. This could be something within you, like I said, that needs to be broken down, there's a lesson to be learned by all this hard work and this stress that is you're feeling. Some of you might actually be alone right now, instead of in like a relationship, or you might not have a lot of people around you, because you need to have self-reflection. There's something that you need to learn and you need to grasp in order to evolve. But there is definitely a different perspective that is coming to you. You might already be seeing it. If not yet, it's coming immediately, very soon. And it's also saying, let things flow and accept the result. I told you about the result process, to enjoy the journey instead of stressing about the result. It kind of goes with that. You know what I'm saying? Accept the result. Accept that there's going to be one. Okay? It doesn't matter if you work any harder. There's still going to be one. And you're not going to know when it is. Because it's the universe's plan when you get it. Okay? So just remember that. Okay? And your next card, and it makes me really fucking happy to see this because it's the Strength card. It kind of makes me want to tear up a little bit. So we've all been there, especially having anxiety and depression at once. You're inside, things are evolving inside you. You might not even know who you are right now. You don't feel the same even. Your skin might even feel different, especially with these new perspectives. Enlightenment and awakening, especially being alone, is very painful because you have nobody that really understands it or gets it. And especially if your spirituality is expanding with the number 7, not a lot of people get into that anymore, And so the Strength card is what is coming. Obviously, strength means strength, okay? It means bravery, compassion, gaining victory over your lower natures. Inner power and strength is going to be showing. You're going to have a softer control on things. You're going to start staying calm. This thing that's breaking down inside you, is what it's rebirthing here is your inner strength, who you really fucking are. It's going to teach you how to bare your teeth a little bit more. And that can mean a smile, and that can also be meaning being more assertive with what you want and who you are. Okay? You're going to have a voice, a very loud voice by the end of it. And it's not going to be aggressive, like I said, staying calm, peaceful. So you're not going to be aggressive after this. You're actually going to be a lot more peaceful. Just remember that this everything breaking down within you right now is called evolution. Okay? You're evolving. So just let it flow. Let it happen. What is it on Star Wars? Let it flow through you. Your next card is the Empress. And it's funny because I had this in the last Libra reading for the second Decan. And it's a mother figure. Okay. And the number 3, I said it in the last one, prayers answered. A reminder that the universe knows what you want and what you're working hard for. Okay. You are being brought those opportunities and resources. This is an invite to go forward fearlessly and knowing the universe and spiritual guidance squad has your back. And like I said in the last one, this could represent a mother figure that is answering those prayers. Hell, they might even watch this one and maybe they needed to hear that again. Okay? Anyways, the Empress represents a mother figure. Also creation. It can represent pregnancy, fostering happiness, rebirth, a lesson on love, abundance, and nurturing. So I feel like pregnancy in this one, I mean, it could be you or someone around you important, but I feel like this one really represents the rebirth that I've been preaching. Pregnancy is obviously birth, right? Rebirth. You have the death card. You are coming out from the darkness and seeing a new light. Okay? You're coming out of the womb. The universe's womb this time. They're molding you into who you need to be. And this is reassurance that you're going to be on the right path. You are right now. It just doesn't feel like it. But they're pushing you towards the path that you need to be on. Your next card is the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you too, what might have sparked this stress, the depression, the hard work, perhaps there was something that put a fire under your ass, like a bankruptcy. A poverty, a negative mindset came from that. Started making you feel a little bit more vulnerable emotionally. So maybe it had a lot to do with money. That may have started this. And I'm looking at the guy holding all the wands here when I think of it. So for some of you, you might be a single parent. You might be the only provider. Some of you might be the only provider in a relationship. It's all on you. All eyes are on you right now. So it's very stressful, and that's what's probably giving you this depression and stuff. You just need a helping hand. And I feel like why you're not getting one is because you're supposed to do this. There's something in you that's evolving from it. A lot of passion is going to be coming from it. I can tell you that much. But it's going to get better. Like I said, that strength's coming. You're going to be having a new perspective on things. You're going to have a greater voice. People are going to listen when you speak. I'll tell you that much. Bless this space. It talks about, your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. So the card that I was saying about the negative mindset. Okay, well, I guess this is the next one. The negative mindset. For some of you, I feel like perhaps you are around somebody a lot. It could even be a significant other, a child. someone close to you, or just you have to work with somebody like this, okay? And they bring you down even worse into a negative mindset. And it's telling you to clear your space, to bless your space. And you don't have to literally use Palo Santo or sage, okay, to clear the air. But sometimes you need to take yourself away from that energy and take a break from it, or tell them to go, okay? Tell them to go bless their space and stay out of yours. That voice that's coming, it will happen, okay? The card that randomly popped out is called, it's A Cure for Longing. It says, love is happiness. The last reading had this. That's funny. A cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. Now, this is the second card from the last reading that was the same. Actually, the third one. So I feel like the last person from the last reading is going to be watching this video too. And I just want you to know, to remember those repeats. Those are important for you. But anyways, this one, love is happiness, a spark inside, live deliberately and choose boldly, then you have arrived. So, you know, depression, anxiety, there is something that's going to spark back inside you. We've already discussed this. There's going to be a new perspective, just a new insight. And that is going to spark a new you inside. It's the evolution I was talking about. There is also going to be different decisions that you're going to have to choose from. I feel like the number for that is going to be 2. There's going to be 2 options here that you're going to have to choose from. And it says choose boldly. When you start speaking and everything, and you get your voice back and you get your strength back, that's when this option is going to come. It's going to be a test. So make sure you pick the right path.